mix up. We none of the mix up. We fix up the thing them when them want fix up. Like who I tell lie, who I get them dicks up. And I'm not the personal, don't get it twisted up.
Welcome to another episode of the My Two Cents podcast. I'm your host TU-LOX'S, the 876 Rebel. And as usual, today's episode will be brought to you by Rebel 13 Collections, where creativity lives. Seen? We also do everything printing except fingerprinting, so check out that. We also offer the widest range in embroidery services in Jamaica. Also remember to support the website www.rebel13.net. You can just check me out on Instagram at Twin of Twins TU-LOX'S or at Rebel13 Collections. Seen? And just support the movement to get all of my merchandise and all these things. Because nothing can work without support. I'm tired for making you know, so all of the real rebel them know. We appreciate and love this what me I do for how long. Support the thing. Seen? Also brought to you by Madvert Multimedia. If it's not Madvert, it's not an advert. Seen? Also brought to you by AV Auto Body Repairs. Check them out on Instagram at AV Auto Body Repairs and fully auto. I'm still reminding you to go check out TU-LOX'S book. Available on all digital platforms. Available in Jamaica at jamaicadeals.com. Now, before I start the show, I know I do the thing more while. Buck up in a bad talent, I have to help play my part, use my platform to show out the bad artists. Now, you see that you tell me to play? If you don't agree with me, say one of the baddest thing this way, I come do it, boy. Watch, let me stop up attacking.
This thing on one and Shady Road. Mommy, me no want a friend. All them say them real to me and still them want me life. Oh! Fucked up thing about it is me give me last and out to them. Religion a division, so Jaja send a cross for them. Me know it's ever real, but them a tell me about rot to them. None of them then did a dog. When Jesus born a Bethlehem, my family did genuine. No Cain go murder Abel then. Envious of crosses, you know see a baby them. For every them Goliath, me say David have a spear for them. Music give me life, so me a sing until the day me dead. And if you think you're tough, me say the system have a place for them. They will find the work gigglers and couple lazy friends. If
Bala!
And close the work gates and make you late to rest, dog. Make you late to rest. The system set away, my friend. Politician want we vote for them. Fisherman love fish, so how them never build a boat give them. Them fully up a promise and one bag of last hope, my friend, for vote for them like Kobe them and Memphis them and Cody friend. Rap shot news and close the door for them. But it's a story and me used to tell. Me living the life.
Alright, and I see that? I want to know so I not miss when me talk. Anytime I say them I go jump out, I saw this something go. You see me, I may not do this for praises. Me not do this for no artists. Look back and say, yo, TU-LOX'S was a part of them journey. Because you know most people are ungrateful and then we just keep them head straight even no matter what you do for them. But guess what? Me not do this for ratings. Me do this for the culture. Me do this for the craft. And that youth there, I come do it. So no look out for Silk Boss. Go on over Instagram, go pack up and support him journey. See? Now today's show now we are doing that thing with him. Double standard and Jamaica seem for full of that. First thing we are going to talk about are the facts. This whole big V thing we are going on and the government trying to get people to get the big V and whatever the case may be. And you know, naturally, enough of the people are going to have apprehensions, right? Because you have, on one side you have people who are show proof, so you know if you take it. And on the next side, you have people now show no proof, say you have to take it. Alright, so naturally now the people that don't want to take it. See? Their fears and apprehensions can be validated by facts. Because the people mostly say, why them not to take it? And the other people on the other hand is like a badness. You have to just take it. No reason, no real scientific proof as to why you have to take this thing. See? So naturally if people see information and why not to take it, worse if it makes sense. Only power me say makes sense. See, and this is not me telling anybody. Me as if I put out my disclaimer. Me not tell nobody what to do. Anything what you are do with your life as an individual, as an adult, do it. An adult are the root word today. See, now whole heap of things go on as I'm telling you to make people gather them apprehensions and fears. Now the Prime Minister and his wife make 2 posts. Now, I don't know who posts first, whether the wife or the husband, but I'm going to read the 2 posts too, you see? And this was brought to my attention by a post that Foota Hype make and a facts. This is a fact and this no look good. See, remember we talked about robbery and the escape last week, and this are just This now say what tell lie and what tell truth. This just a state the facts. See, if you're in a situation and you look like you tell the truth, people are gonna believe you. And if you're in a situation and you look like a liar, tell people not gonna believe you. Me not tell you whether I lie them or tell her a true, you know. But a situation here make it look bad on the Prime Minister. Watch this. I know enough of you probably can't see the words on the screen, so I'm gonna read that for you. So in that picture there, you see the wife, the husband, and them two boys, right? Clearly this son them stand up and them have 2 kids. When nobody can really see, by the way, if you say, well then, it's a clear fact that these 2 boys were vaccinated. In which, as the Prime Minister, you're already aware of the fragile nature of the situation. So when you have the things like this, your thinking cap have to put on. You have to, your head have to chop. See? Because right now the people in our mode way. No lie, and no better than them people, you know. So you have to do 10 steps ahead of them if you make up a lie or if you tell the truth. Because that situation, I want the people to understand too. I'm always make this clear. The situation is easy for the government. I wouldn't want to be the leader for that country right now. Or any country for that matter, where I deal with something like this. I want to understand that this is not easy for the Prime Minister. Either. This is not cakewalk. This is not one thing where him just come out and all the things that him doing probably don't even want to do them. But we already know how it go when you are puppet government. When you borrow this and borrow that and raise, you're not debts. And if you're not debts, them can control you. You can be the puppet master, go on the puppet to do what they want to do. See? And puppet in this term just means that you can be controlled. This is what the wife posts. Our boys have their first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. I encourage all parents to make use of the vaccination opportunity available to ensure our precious children are safe. Right? Cool. Alright, I want to know state. And this will come from the husband. Our boys received their first dose of the vaccine this morning at the Jamaica College vaccination site. I use this opportunity to continue to encourage all Jamaicans to take the vaccine. Doing so is in your interest as well as that of our healthcare sector, the education of our children, the economy, and importantly, in the interest of returning to full productive capacity. I totally agree with returning to full productive capacity. But see the problem here? The wife said AstraZeneca and the husband said Pfizer. So you are telling me that how much picnic you care go vaccinate? Because maybe the wife care a set of picnic and the husband care another set. But me would assume they're the same 2 boys. So which one of the vaccine will give them? See? Alright. And another thing. I'm telling you, naturally, you don't create fear in a people. You don't create apprehensions in a people if you don't plan the story right. Most people plan the robbery, but they don't focus on the escape. The escape is way more important than the robbery. Because if you escape from the robbery would have made no sense. So when you not plan the robbery, you have to plan the escape. See? No, this is not me saying who I tell lie and who I tell truth. Because maybe the wife or the husband could have been misinformed as to which one of the vaccines were taken. Because when me do my thing, me split justice. And then the worst part now, after it was highlighted, so the 2 of them attacked 2 different stories. The wife go back and she changed her words. I encourage all parents to make use of the vaccination opportunity available to ensure our precious children are protected and vaccinated. Let's all play a role in this process. Do the right thing. Hashtag do the right thing. Hashtag get vaccinated. If that not seems suspect to nobody, hold on and sleep. The position where the leader them in a tough. But the position where the people them in a even tougher. But these people, I'm talking about the world leaders, just a force people to take something with them now. Understand. Now, remember that something here? For example, you start this thing where say, my body, my choice. Right? That's the way the woman them can go dash around a million people if them want. So tell me something in life that it's okay, I want to use the common sense, if you are going to do abortion, that means that you contribute. It says as long as where you are to contribute to them depopulation, where people now go born and grow, am I right with it? It's my body, my choice when Me I do immoral things. But it's not my body, my choice. When me decides that not sound safe, me no want it. A life on a deal it. Me not think a life on a deal it. Because based on what me I say, whole heap of things in Jamaica that take away life. Still I take away life. See? Pick me a dead now. Grandmother get raped with shortcut. Every mouth lock. That not important. The big C way more important than even that. So, me not think a life I don't care about per se. Everybody now, even the people that never care if poor people dead from day one by nothing at all. Stay down there and dead off if you don't want. All me know, when we're ready to get to vote, whosoever left alive can vote for it. And this happen on both sides. This is not a labor right thing, it's not a PNP thing. It's a government mentality. You never care about the poor for morning. But this thing, you just seem like a champion for the poor now. All of a sudden, you know why? Because you are at risk. Anything where kill poor people, them could have dead for morning for all no care. You know. If food life never at risk, wouldn't hear, wouldn't soon, it would have been business as usual. Because people are dead in the ghetto every day. All type of disease where them not get no free injection for no insulin, no HIV medication, none of them something there. Never free yet. So how come all of a sudden you know pro-life? When so much things did I take with life from before. Now life are the worry. Now poor people life you don't care about. So how the care for life just gets suddenly so important when poor people have been losing them life. Left, right and center. Enough people can't pay for a simple operation and dead. Can't afford medication and lose them life, and no one cared about this. And another thing, I thought that one of the most confusing thing this may ever seen in my life. At one point, children were the safest when it come to this. Whole pa picnic that catch it and just well the next day and gone. Now we picnic and go to school if them not get the big V. So the kids' immune system now bad strong again. And the old people that something are bad again. Now our kids them have to take this in order to go back to school. Remember say the younger you were in our day. Not even long ago, them they tell you how it go. When you're a certain age, you're more likely to be affected by this thing. Now all of a sudden the picnic them need it mandatory to go back to school. Somebody can explain why is this? Look on over there.
Can you state if every member of your cabinet and of parliament, that is MPs and senators, is vaccinated?
I can't tell you if every minister is vaccinated. What I can say is that we made provision for all ministers to be vaccinated. And my last report is that all of them took advantage of it. But I couldn't say, I'm not saying definitively that they did. But that was my last unofficial report. For members of parliament and senators, again, provisions were made for all members of parliament and senators to be vaccinated. I cannot say definitively, and I did not receive a report. Now that you have asked, I will ask for a report. But remember now, vaccination is a private matter. So though, in other words, I should not go and look at anybody's vaccination record as it is stored. But I could ask for ministers coming into cabinet, show me your vaccination card. In other words, you can ask for it, but it shouldn't be that anyone else other than a health professional would be able to have access to the entirety of any group's vaccination record. But I will ask whether or not all members of parliament are vaccinated and make a general encouragement for those who are not vaccinated. I would be surprised, however, if there is any large number of MPs who have not been vaccinated. There might be one or two.
When you hear that? According to the video I see, I just discovered say the Prime Minister stammer. When them have start first and see them man stutter upon anything at all. And then the same thing now, what I want to know is this. You say, remember now, you know, it's a private matter. Nobody else now have to know your vaccination status apart from health professionals. But yet still, everybody pick me where go back to school must get the big V. Now tell me now, how not gonna know who and who have the big V if them thing remain private? You said them all right to privacy. And check this. What about every child can learn, every child must learn? I guess that only goes for students with the big V. Because of the same thing, you know. Remember, you know, that quote was based on the fact that a lot of institutions used to turn back the pitney them because them can't afford school fee. And then the government just run out. Every child can learn, every child must learn. That means, and them come down hard. I say every child, no child should be turned away because they can't pay school fee. But children can now be freely turned away if them don't get the big V. You don't see something wrong with that picture there? Me never knew so them could have give one whole nation of people sleeping pill and then can't wake them on overdose. Remember, you know, it's a private thing for the cabinet. But me don't know, through the public name the public for them business of the public because we all see it. Seen? And for them thing can only be seen by a health professional. So you tell me now, say after them pick me I get the big V for go back to school. For them thing will stay private too. And why would you have to make inquiries? For no, because obviously the situation is serious. Because you're stirring upon the regular people them. See? Why would you have to make inquiries for know if somebody in your cabinet have it? But on a slow start force people by law to take it. But yet still, you don't even ask the man them they're around you. You ain't never concerned about your health again. Remember them money up them people around you, you know. So now them first you should have make sure say have it. You know, should I make sure your cabinet have it first? That means that you know you safe enough to lead the country. That would be a good idea. But you're not even sure, you never make checks. So you are exposed yourself to contracting this thing. Because obviously you don't know if your cabinet take the big V. So, you sacrifice yourself for Jamaica, man. You're the best thing ever happened to your. Because you make sure you come bearing strength and good tidings. Take this and you're going to feel better. Alright, so anybody that can just bring them youth to school and say, yeah man, him have it. Him have it, man. Let him in, him have it. She have it too. And they must say, why? So them can't just come in, where's the proof? Me assume say the teacher them and the rest of people them, but they are the school them, I can be able to see the big V records. So, that wouldn't be so private, would it? I'm sure say, if me tell you, by word of mouth, any parent will tell you, by word of mouth, say, yeah man, them good man, let them go on in. Yeah, me do it. But I'm not going to take it so. Suppose that specific parent choose to remain private. Would the privilege of remaining private, just like how it happened for your cabinet, be given to these parents? No, I'm sure said no, I'm going to do so. How can something remain a private matter if you are asked in any way to provide proof? I'm sure say you won't have your healthcare professionals at every institution, all of these schools. You can't pay for that. One more loan that again. This is a delicate situation, you know. This is not a situation. I'm not tell nobody to look down upon the Prime Minister, disrespect the Prime Minister, disrespect the leader them. That is not what we are doing. But as a people, we have a right to express ourselves when we have apprehensions. We're supposed to can talk about it. Because it's our body, our right. And then put on top of all of that, we don't get so disrespectful. And are the people them blame. Because nobody can, if you never go in a fall couldn't shit on you. People are telling us, come take that something here, and we're going to pizza. You know why? Because they remember. So they would sell Marcus Garvey for food. So they know that enough of no licky by nature. So it's easy to get catch. Easy to get catch. Them come with food, them come with vaccine win, them come with every single thing. Why is this different from every other thing we ever touch earth? Why do not make education mandatory? Food. Health. Across the board. Mandatory. Because you can't afford it. That's true. It's very expensive. But you don't borrow millions of dollars. You don't invest in a something where you're going to give it free. But if you're going to give it food free at intermittent times, even that's expensive. To cost the country too much. I'm sure saying the whole heap of good things. I don't want to look on government like government only did and them not do nothing. It's just a case sometimes them just can't help everybody. But why is it so serious and so important to get this thing across to the people? Scientists go moon. Scientists make rocket. Scientists make robots that run entire corporations. Google, we can tell anybody anything from anywhere. Car, we soon can give you pussy the way them hot. And the things where them can do right now. We know enough of now come like on a bright all of a sudden. Because so not do it, you know, when in a country they're so bright. You cannot mix up technological science with medicinal science. Me I go medicine now. See? Robot of the brain and heart surgery. When a quick figure build microchip where can spot disease, but not to cure it, right? So anybody with a brain now can realize in other world what we then now say something wrong. And the beast, Babylon up to something. And anybody we can accept that on a clown. When you remember this, you know, the government never ever care. The healthcare sector been in shambles from day one. The health sector was never a main priority in Jamaica. Now the stone that the builder refused become the head cornerstone. When no money never did I spend in the health sector. Me look and me see a shaggy them have running, killer them, be a man have running to help the health sector. And people ignore that. The government never really do nothing for the health sector. Never, no point. You got a public in a bed. You sleep at ground. Me say baby mother, they are ground. In a hospital asleep. Pregnant woman. On the floor. Because the health sector was never prioritized. Look on it now. The first double standard I'm going to talk about today is this mentality where the upper class have like lawlessness. Everything we're unruly. Everything that seems to bring an atmosphere of chaos only applies to the poorer class. But guess what? I get catch this time. Real catch me I talk about, not joke catch. See? Watch over there.
Alright, check it. Tomorrow, another small piece of ECG history will be made. Like, we are at one of the biggest resorts in Jamaica. You already see that's the backdrop for the ocean. But right here, what you're looking at is the biggest resort in Jamaica. Starting tomorrow, August the 12th, Fantasy Island 2021.
DJ Tay-Rock, my brother, bless up to you. You pulled this off, man. We in Jamaica. But this is a carnival party. Bless the child. Take me to carnival.
Now, my analysis of this video is based on the fact. So this party was kept, obviously, the 12. Remember, you know, the lockdown come way before the 12. God was so good and amazing. Because remember, say, the country locked down before ATI. And the sweeter part, when him come with, him show you say a big hotel in Jamaica, all inclusive. The little monkey can't go into that. Upper class living them there. And me and you know, say the average poor man can't go there, so for no party. And God was even better. Almighty goodie, for make the party be a carnival party. You know why? Remember, you know, if we are going to match cultures and if we are going to match genres, the upper class go for carnival. 90%. 10%, if so much, are the poorer class go for carnival. And the party was a carnival party. And which part of the party keep most of the regular average Joe can go there, so Janet worse. Me would have never condoned the breaking of any law in a Jamaica or anywhere in the world. None at all. But guess what? This is a party that shows the upper class, the I am so better than the one day, the hooligans who give trouble. The lawlessness, my God, did you see that? Did you see that vagabond just flick over on her head down? My God, man. But if you don't want to see vagabond and no one got some of them carnival party here, you wouldn't believe it. These people have themselves doing no wrong because guess what? From day one, the stigma of lawlessness and unruliness they upon the poor, because guess what go on? These people, based on the education where them achieve, knows a certain way how them act unbecoming of them. So you see, whenever them broke laws, them see it as fun. Fun them call breaking the law, you know? But when poor people broke the law, unruliness, lawlessness, savages, all me I try to say is that, you know, if one set of people is expected to uphold the law in any kind of way, any law, the next set of people, which is the rich people, them, for uphold the law too. Blatant double standard. And the poor people can't see it because them have a severe case of erectomania. Them love who hate them. So until, matter of fact, you see, Jamaica now come back till we get back. The mentality here. Look on this.
We need job, Lion, we need job. Job, no rice. Job, no rice. Job, not rice.
That is how you show say you're serious about your fundamental democratic rights. What you're supposed to have as a people. Right? Them not say you're free for vote, free for choose, free for this everything. We're free for do some things. But we are held in bondage by others. And I only may blame as a people because Jamaica was this way. But I'm telling already, you know, at the social media trap, you know. Once we get to voice out on social media, we think we're protest. It's an illusion. And whether you want to believe it or not, you know, if you not look, matter of fact, on the seat. If you go to work every day and you not treat the tool them right and this and that, you see them a mash up. So for me, even act like we don't understand the state of the country now right now, based on years of corruption, not just Labour, right? Both party. I mean, you know, so the rest of the party them where they used to try to keep them, they never come in that picture. Both party ruin the country. And if you want to know how Jamaica look right now, see it. It not look good. We not look so good right now. We in a terrible shape. Another thing I want to talk about today is a brother named Vybz Kartel. See? Where do you think go on where? Vybz Kartel do an interview with Fox 5 and one big firestorm come out of it. By where the government say, oh, crack down. We'll put a probe on this. Because Vybz Kartel is supposed to make phone call from prison for the interview and whatever the case may be. Which is, if the phone is a contraband, naturally, them are going to investigate that. Now, no found or not Vybz Kartel if you have a phone in jail and you're supposed to have a phone in jail, and if you do the crime, you do the time and all type of thing, which is true. If you do the crime, do the time, right? And you're not supposed to have a phone in jail. But the problem with Jamaican people and the Jamaican system, nobody no go at the root of the problem. Now, I could say Kartel bribe somebody and give them money in order to achieve the phone there. I could say Kartel give a man a piece of food and him get the phone. What would be the problem right there? So Kartel receiving the phone, or the fact that the man take the food and give Kartel the phone. Alright, may I get to the point. If that man, for example, was in a much better position as it relates to salary, chances are him wouldn't want to lose fee work and take the risk to give Kartel a phone. So if these people, for example, police, will take a little thing, enough of them will take a little thing, and not greedy, them greedy. As soon as them pay come, them still in a debt after them collect it. So if police get better pay, less corruption. Would there still be corruption? Yes. You have people who are greedy. You can always have corruption, but corruption can be stemmed by way of putting people in a position where they don't have the mentality and the mind frame of Channel Star, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, a little money, this can't do this, and the economy. When you see that last slide, you think it only a slide for the upper class? It a slide for everybody. So if them man there would take a money for carrying contraband to prisoner, did I get better pay? Then would they take the risk? Prisoner now a nice place, you know. If me drop a prison tomorrow, and me find a way for getting any kind of comfort, any privilege, I'll fridge me having there. Deep freeze. But at the same time, look upon a party too. If it's illegal, it's illegal. Me I go to some idea. I want to put a probe into why we are lose with each of them. Put a probe, the same probe and put in a cartel thing. Put a probe into why all our doctor them and take them services to foreign countries. Put a probe in the dollar when I stop slide. Right now as it relates to the dollar, the ground buttery. The dollar slide, we are borrow more money and the cycle continues. Jamaica is very near to Haiti. I'm not talking about geographic location. Stop planning robberies and don't plan escapes. I could talk about Vybz Kartel. This not have nothing to do with whether Kartel innocent or guilty. I could talk about the fact that Kartel is a ghetto youth and we know how the upper class think. When ghetto youths, a Kartel, a Movado, any one of them, rise to any meaningful status. You can imagine, you got college much years. Someone who do immoral things for graduate. And when you look at man, stick up a mic and sing. And when you look him the right side of you, with 10 times the amount where you have, by just taking up a mic and using talent and get out there. We all know say most of you don't like that something there. And me know enough of you gonna say, after Kartel no broke, you may say poor class and ghetto youth and no, Kartel no broke. But you see, to classes people, no ghetto youth no money. Kartel broke like dog. You see, to classes people, most of them never get a dollar yet. You mad? Bunty, oh my God. Ha! Did you see that animal driving past us in that nice vehicle? You know what I had to do to achieve any meaningful thing that I have? What do you think that occurs? Severe hate. Kartel was no Marcus Garvey. He must know Malcolm X. If you say, well, then the system decides say them not like the good thing them when talk. Did Kartel talk good things? Only. But that was not Kartel main MO. Kartel was just a man who was versatile in any field. If a poor people might defend, boy, they sang every year. If a the girl them might defend, Lord Jesus, them man they sang ton none in a termite. Now these people see Kartel influence, you hear the word? From early out. And made a conscious decision. So them can't accept this. So Kartel was not necessarily imprisoned based on the crime when commit. Innocent or guilty, nothing to do with this. Put that one side. You never notice? When it come to the upper class, the amount of slap where them get on the wrist, them hands supposed to broke. The whole of them supposed to pass with a cast on them, man. The real upper class. But now I tell you about some man will get a thing and he go right on hill foot. I know them people, me talk about wealthy people. Because wealthy and rich are two different things. You can't go and want rich, you want wealthy. See? Now these people are the people who Kartel was up against. Now, you ever notice something? When it come to them people there, the law just can't work. Them always innocent. You think accident? Man robbed $800 million and paid $300 fine a court. Or something like that. But when it came to Kartel, the effort did shoot out. Not because Kartel is a Malcolm X or a Marcus Garvey, but because Kartel was a ghetto youth with influence. Remember, you know, them did say the same gully and Gaza influence. Enough youth did a dead off. And it rise crime. Them people always point a finger upon the poor when them can't control them situation. When them PhD and them masters and them this and that look like it in jeopardy now. Like them have it for nothing because them can't have a thing straight. Them can't lead. Them can't do nothing. Every time them backed up in a corner, them blame poor people. In a way, they in a mackerel and rice and the corner shop, them did a rise, the big C. So in a them time, they with Gully and Gaza. Guess what did that cause? Crime. And then guess what? Kartel get himself in a problem. Movada not 2 day yard again. People still are dead. When you look at Moby, when you look on the present crime rate right now, today. So I did think one of the times that when Kartel got prison man, crime that just done, man. And people start pass people again and I say, howdy, good morning, and you are? And bring cake, come give everybody a smile. And if one person dead, the whole island in a shock. When I think of that, it will go back to. The same government this will decide to build a prison, you know. I could do. Check the population of a prison and see how much upper class people in that. You think of accident? And as far as me concerned, in my opinion, on a fool. And on can't just eradicate on a classist mentality. And know say even prisoners can benefit. You can make some deal with the artists them when them go to prison. Influential people. Yes, they are. Because the influence some of them entertainer you have. Because we go back to jealousy then. The influence we have Vybz Kartel have, for example. Nobody in a parliament not have that. And these are the type of resentments where them type of people, they always give to them type of people, yeah. If you don't make the man them go to prison, and the only thing prison are going to do for them is make them not fear prison, because not everybody prison reform. If you make them develop a thing where them understand the prison system, you don't understand, say, building a new prison when I build now, a waste of time. Because most youth were in a badness done hardened to prison already, and it does not reform them. Most of them, it just make them get used to it and they're afraid to go back. Then become immune to prison. You don't have taxpayer money a waste from prisoner when you could have just create some systems when you teach the youth them some trade and make them pay themselves. And stop give them a little $5 when them do all 15, 20 year prison and come out to 8 grand, 4 grand, 3 grand. Make them get actual work. will make sense to society, and some of them pay, a percentage of them pay, and go towards the system, and them are maintain themselves in a prison, less money on the tax system. Hold on, idea. So basically, that would be fine in a way to maintain themselves without people have to pay for it. When the man them there, work. Upon them release, then we have a stifle. That is of a substantial amount. That means that them can just go back in a society. I know the most money, you know. But if a man come from prison and have $1, and then when you come from prison, you have the stigma, say you're a prisoner, you can't get a job, you can't this. Every time you try to change your life, when you come from prison, when in most cases, guess what go on? The only thing you have to resort to where you know, and that is crime. So this not have nothing to do with cartel guilt, as I say, or innocence. It have to do with the double standard and how to make law work when I get a youth. And when time at the upper class, the law just all of a sudden, no sense. Never develop 1 sense. The law fool is a shame when at the upper class. And them thing there, not right. And will never be right. All me I say, if poor people are criminal, rich people are criminal. And if poor people figure out prison, rich people figure out prison too. See? Slavery is legal. Apartheid is legal. Jim Crow is legal. Legality is a matter of power, not justice. See? So if you're going to serve justice for one, serve justice for the last part. Alright, we've come to the end of another My 2 Cents podcast. Remember to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Speaking of support, remember to support the merchandise. So may I say www.rebel13.net. See? Or call 876-8989-888. See? So I soon start posts over Patreon. Just give me some time, so we'll start post over there. I just wait till the subscription look better, you know what I mean? So join the team, support the thing, you know what I mean? And big up all of the rebel them. As I said already, you know, Neil Walker, you know, Dwight Cooking Show, you know, Clarendon Check. Seeing, big up on yourself. All of the real rebel them will stick to the thing and support the thing. All of my fans who believe in the My 2 Cents podcast and want it to continue work. I look forward to the continued support. Seeing? Bless.